Good morning. Welcome along to VLOG36. If you're new to the channel, hello. I'm Steve and this is superBRICKS. We're a Bricklink and Brick Owl retailer selling Lego parts. So, start of another week. It's actually Tuesday today because yesterday in the UK it was a bank holiday, and although I did end up doing a little bit of work, I certainly didn't do any filming. So this is the start of another week, albeit a shorter week than normal. So as per normal, let's have a quick look at the store and see where we are. Let's just zoom in here. So we've got 505,000 parts with 15,000 lots. Now that's an increase of around about a couple of thousand on last week. And the lot count's up by about 50, something like that. But as you saw in last week's vlog, I was trying to work on another project, which meant the uploading took a little bit of a back seat, so I didn't really get much done. And in fact, I actually did some uploading yesterday. I've got a customer from East Midlands Lego Hire that's asked for a particular part, and when I when I researched that part, I found that I had it in a gift with purchase from last year, and I had about 6 of the sets. It's one of the New Year sets. So I decided to part it out so that I could get this particular part from a customer, and that meant just adding just over, I think it was about 1,200 parts last night, and it's the first part out I've done for a long time, simply because we're busy adding all of the stock from the Brick Arena store purchase that we did last year. So back to the store. We're currently sitting at 9,557 orders, which is only 28 orders from last week. So like I said in last week's vlog, just the beginning of May, a bit slower than normal, and that was certainly impacted in the number of orders. Number of fans, 182, which is up, I think 2. Was it 2 on last week? Let me just double check. No, yes, 2. So 2 new fans, thank you very much for that. And feedback sitting at 5,297, which is up by 24, which is really good compared to the number of orders. It's normally about half, so that's fantastic. And YouTube, we're up to 760 subscribers. That's another 4 since last week. So slowly increasing. When we're trying to head towards that 1,000 mark, I'm sure we'll get there eventually. So there you go. That's the store. That's the recap on the week. What have we got planned for today? Well, I have got some coding to do. I've got a little bit of work to do on Brickmetrics, and I've got a lot of work to do on my sort of secret project. So I'm going to split the day up. I'm going to do a little bit of coding this morning after I've done the weekly supermarket shop. One of the things I now have to do as the work from home parent. So we'll get that done, get a bit of coding done, have a bit of lunch, and then hopefully early afternoon I will get back to creating another Brickstore file. I did start on one last week, which is those 2 pots just there, but we do have these units to go through. So this is all used, and a lot of, you know, single pieces, stickered pieces, lots of that, which, you know, you look at it and go, oh, stickers. I kind of hate doing them. It's so subjective. But there are some other parts, and then I've got, obviously I've shown you in the last week's vlog, there's lots of these blue storage drawers to go through. So that's an area of focus, as well as the other Rayco units that I've got to get through. So we'll start doing that early afternoon, and then after the school run this afternoon, I will try and do a little bit more work on East Midlands Lego Hire. I feel like I've neglected it a little bit, and I shouldn't have. But I need to get the Facebook posts up to date and make sure they're all correct. And that's the marketplace. And yeah, I think I need to think about New Set Friday this week. So normally on a Friday we release a brand new set into East Midlands Lego Hire. We haven't done it for a while. Simple reason being cash flow. As we do this full time, I have bills to pay. I have to make sure that we cover all of that, all of the mortgage, all of the other costs, groceries, etc, etc, etc. The list goes on, as we all know. So I've got to make sure I get all of that covered, and then whatever's left is money that I can use to expand either the Bricklink store or East Midlands Lego Hire. And using BrickMetrics, obviously we've been spending quite a bit buying stock that have got a really high sell-through rate, which is what we were doing mainly most of April. I do have one more order outstanding. It should be delivered probably at some point this week, and I'll be up to date then with my orders. But we monitor that on a daily basis. We do have targets that we've set, and if there is any extra funds, then I shall be purchasing, like I said, either parts for the store, or I'll look at some of the new sets for East Midlands Lego Hire. Right, so let's get cracking, and I'll get out there with the supermarket store, and let's hope that this week picks up a little bit. Right, here we go. We've got ourselves a brick store file, 99 lots, 331 items, and all ready to be consolidated into the store. So I do that by importing the store and then using the edit function to copy the current remarks over into the new file. So that's the next step for this, and we'll get these uploaded into the store. Now you're probably thinking there's not a lot there. You know, normally I would fill my desk up, but I kind of realised that what I'd like to do is just get something uploaded each day. So we're at 2:30, so I've got about half an hour to get this uploaded before I go and do the school run. And that then means that when I get back, I can start on the next task, which is a bit of marketing on East Midlands Lego Hire. And so if I didn't upload this, if I carried on filling up my desk, using all this available space, and increasing the size of the brick store file, it would mean that the brick store file wouldn't get finished and it wouldn't get uploaded till maybe tomorrow. So I'm kind of chunking these tasks down into sort of more manageable sizes, and then sort of setting a deadline. Yeah, a deadline. It just means I can keep uploading bit by bit rather than big uploads sort of every 2 days. But we'll see. But while I'm doing that, I am just catching up on YouTube, and I've just watched the Brick by Brick podcast. Now, this is a new podcast from the guys in Australia and New Zealand. We've got Richie, Noah and Jason. Really good. Episode 1 came out a couple of days ago. Great start, and I look forward to seeing what they come up with next. I'm loving the Lego heads. They've done a really good job there. That's really, really good. So if you are interested, go and give them a subscribe. The channel is the Brick by Brick podcast. So give it a search. Or if you do follow any of the guys on YouTube, all three of them have their own channels. They've all done their own sort of introductory video to the podcast. So it's definitely worth going finding them and giving them a listen. Episode 1 was all about how they got themselves into Bricklink. So really interesting stuff. And I'm sure there's more to come from these guys. So top job, guys. And I look forward to watching your channel with great interest. Right, like I said, I've only got half an hour, so let's get this uploaded and move on to the next task. Good afternoon, it's Wednesday and I've got a clear desk. Now, it's all working rather well, I have to say. So in the mornings I'm spending my time doing some coding. So this morning was coding on the secret project. I know I keep saying it, but I am looking forward to launching it in a few weeks' time. Fingers crossed. Well, I say launching in a few weeks' time. I think I'll be ready to start doing some beta testing in 2 weeks' time, and then a launch shortly after that. But we'll see, because that time frame could move. So, as I did yesterday, once I've done the coding, and you know, after a few hours you definitely need a break, I would normally have my lunch followed by an upload. Today's a bit different. My wife's working from home today and is working a little bit later, so I'm going to carry on working through my normal lunch break and take it a bit later. So I decided to start working on the next file. Now, last night I brought through one of the Rayco units, and as you can see, I've already done the top half. Now, I managed to do that last night. I got a few hours in the office yesterday evening, so that was made up of more coding with an 800 part upload. As you can see, the first 20 trays have already been done, so I got 800 parts uploaded last night, which was great. So I decided, right, let's carry on. So you can see there the first tray, but then I realized I've had some orders come in, and when I did the orders this morning, so normally I would pick first thing in the morning and get the orders out to the post office as I do the school run. But I noticed this morning, one of the orders, the customer had chosen a 24-hour service, but they actually placed the order yesterday, and it kind of reminded me of some feedback that I got from another buyer, completely independent of me, who said if you offer a 24-hour service and someone orders during the day, surely you should be getting that order out during the same day so that the customer gets it the following day, or at least they should. If Raw Mail deliver to your expectation of a 24-hour service, they should get it next day. And I was reminded of that this morning when I saw the order. So I thought I need to adjust my working day to almost have a second pick. So what I've done is I think after lunch I will add in a second pick of the day alongside an upload. So I've picked the orders already. Now let me just see if I've still got it on my screen. It's not that page. Let me go here. Yeah, there we go. So just let me zoom in on that. So there you go. We've got 4 orders already on Bricklink this morning, valuing at £26, which is half the daily target, which is fantastic. So I'll just move back around here. Those orders are all picked. These, I suppose, are the most interesting pieces. These are nearly £4 each, and I have forgotten which set they came from. Yeah, it slipped my mind. But if you recognise them, you know how valuable they are. But I've got 4 of those, so that was a really, really good order, and that's probably the majority of that £26. The rest of it, sort of general parts. So all good. So those will get packed up, ready for this afternoon when I go to the post office on the way through doing the school run. So hopefully by doing that, if someone does order during the day and they do select a 24-hour service, I'm more likely to pick it up and get it out the same day. I just can't do it after sort of 2 o'clock. I don't think there'll be enough time to pick, pack and put it away. I suppose it depends on the orders. but I'm just conscious that I should be checking that a little bit more often and make sure that I can achieve, I think, what my customers would like to see. Let me know in the comments, do you do the same thing? Do you do more than one pick during the day? Do you do several? Or are you kind of just stuck to or stick to one pick, and you do it at a set time every day, and it doesn't matter then if someone orders after that? If they've ordered after that, they've ordered after that, and that is it, and then you'll pick it up on the next on your next round of picking. Let me know. It'd be interesting to see what everyone else does. So there you go. Right, I will carry on now creating the file, and then take my lunch break in a bit. I'll see you in the next clip. Well, there you go. As soon as I mention orders with 24-hour postage service, an order comes in with exactly that. So I've just finished packing up the other 4 orders, and this one's come in, but they need it on a 24-hour service. So it's all new parts, all light bluish grey, sort of 20 of each, or thereabouts. So I'll get that packed along with the others, which are just sitting there behind, and we'll get them off to the post office shortly. So I wonder if I mention that Bricklink is the best Lego parts reselling site there is. Maybe I will get 100 more orders. Yeah, I doubt it. Good afternoon, it's Thursday, and I've made some really good progress getting through that used stock in these blue drawers. Lots of stickered parts, which they're just very annoying. I don't know how you all deal with stickered parts, but these ones were just particularly annoying to list. But I've done them, and I've got a brick store file ready to go. Now, it is just after lunchtime, so this morning was another coding morning, which will be a similar activity, I think, for the next couple of weeks. Getting all that coding done in the morning while I'm still fresh and sort of with it, and I think by lunchtime, yeah, I definitely need a change. So last night I started on this brick store file, if I'm honest. I had a bit of it done, and I actually completed the most of it this morning before the school run. I had a bit of time after doing the orders. I've just got one drawer left, and that will complete that section, and that can all get moved out of the way. I think at the end of yesterday's clip there was still a Rayco unit there, which I uploaded yesterday, and I've now moved that Rayco unit there, underneath the 60 drawer version, so that fits in there quite nicely. I've just got to be careful with the blinds when I'm lifting them, but that I think is in position, ready for some labels to be produced. Now, after I did that, I had another thought. I've got this gap here. Now at the moment it's where I'm storing all my plastic containers, but I'm pretty sure I can find somewhere else for them. And this particular set of blinds I don't open at all, mainly because in the morning sun comes through this side of the window, so I never ever open it, because by the afternoon this one gets closed, and then later in the afternoon that one gets closed as the sun moves round. So there's pretty much never ever a need to open up this blind. So I am considering whether or not I can fit another unit in there. Now, if I can, that impacts the numbering of this unit, because as you'll remember, this particular column you can see is numbered W15, and in the normal pick path we jump round to this side and this is W16. Okay, so that works quite nicely. But when we added in this column, we called it W15A. So if I do add another column in here, that will be W15B, and this new column will be W15C. Okay, just so that it carries on going round. But I can't obviously label this column until I know for sure whether I'm going to use that area over there. Because if I can't, then I'll just number it W15B. Now I'm not going to know that until the weekend. This weekend I've got planned to build the unit for down here to house the printers, which means that this printer here can get moved off the desk, and then we're going to reposition the scales and this printer over to this side of the office, and I'm going to have a sort out of that. I mean, that's just purely bags. We've got so many used bags that we're trying to get through, but I need to probably get that into a more organised sort of situation where I can get access to the printer, the scales aren't impeded, and it's a little bit neater. It also means I get better access to the drawers at the back. I can still get to them, just have to sort of move a few little bits out of the way to get in, but that'll make a difference. So that's the kind of plan I've got for the weekend. In terms of this afternoon, obviously we're going to get that uploaded in the next 10 or 15 minutes, just after I finished off that last tray, and then I'll go and get those moved out into the conservatory and get them replaced by another full stack. And I think I need to do another Rayco unit so that I can just test that area over there. Yeah, I'll have a think about that. Then of course we've got the school run, and then we'll get on with some more marketing, including, and I'm going to say it now to make sure I absolutely do it, a new set Friday for tomorrow. For East Midlands Lego Hire, there's going to be a brand new set added to the service. It's all ready, it's all boxed up, it's all done. I just need to produce the Canva image, and I will add it to the Facebook group tomorrow and do a post. So that'll be good. Right, there's no orders to show at the moment, so my picking table is nice and empty. We're all up to date, I think. I haven't actually checked, but I haven't seen any alerts or anything, so I'm pretty sure we're up to date. So let's get cracking. I suppose sometimes you should be careful what you wish for. Absolutely fantastic day of sales from sort of last night and the early evening. There's 11 orders here in total, and 2 of them are absolutely fantastic, brilliant. I didn't film any of the orders themselves because when I woke up this morning and saw them, my initial thought was panic. I need to get these packed up and ready to go before the school run, and I've just about made it, but I thought I'd just sort of jump on and give you a quick update. So last night I got an order for, it was around about £65, and in it were quite a few Friends mini dolls, and it was brilliant because they're the kind of thing that don't sell very often, and then you get one order and the customers ordered quite a few, and a few accessories and a few other little bits and pieces, but really good value, so thank you very much for that. And then when I came down this morning, there was another order for about £60, and that's this one here at the bottom, and that was quite a few base plates from my base plate box here, so you can see it's looking very depleted, but also some pieces of the monorail track. So a really good value order, and absolutely fantastic, so thank you very much for that as well. Obviously amongst that were several other orders of various stuff, including one order that came in just as I was finishing off the packing, so they'll get a nice surprise shortly when they get the confirmation that the order has been posted. So Really good start to the day. Now yesterday afternoon I started work on another Rayco unit. This was just the first one I pulled out, and it happened to be used Lego rather than new, which actually works quite well because, as I've been mentioning, I don't really have these ready, and obviously I want to get that bit sorted out before I do any more. So this Rayco unit I will put here, see how it works, see if it fits okay once it's emptied. So the brick store file is in progress. It's all here, lots of variety, but obviously it's just what comes out the drawers in that order. Still got quite a bit of capacity over in the used. You can see here there's a section down here that we've not even labelled or started on just yet. There's a few completely empty drawers, and there's a handful of drawers sort of poking out, as you can see, and they've all got capacity. Now if I really went through all of these drawers, I think I would find quite a lot more space, and that's probably the task that I'm going to have to do once all of these part empty drawers are filled. Once that section's been filled, it'll be a matter of just going through each drawer, and if there's enough room, sort of leaving them half open, ready to be filled, and that'll be the plan for that. But that's a plan that will happen sort of over the course of the next few weeks as we add more stock. So all good. It is Friday. I did do the marketing yesterday for New Set Friday. I put a little teaser post out on the Facebook group, which certainly gained a lot of interest because I haven't done it for a while. So the set's ready, the marketing's ready. We will at some point today release that set, and we'll see who decides to hire it. I have a feeling I know who might be first. Very active on the group, and I'm sure they've got their eyes out for it this morning or this afternoon. We'll see. Right, what I'm going to do now, I've got a little bit, well, I've got about 5 minutes before the school run, so I might just sort of tidy up, make sure everything's okay in here. I do have a customer visiting this morning, so I'll just do a quick tidy. Right, let's get cracking, and we'll see what happens for the rest of the day. Well, it's another glorious weekend, which can mean only one thing: barbecuing later on this afternoon. I'm looking forward to that and spending some time with some friends and family, so that should be good. Right, it's the weekend, so what have we got planned? The weekend, we're doing the shelving unit. I'm not looking forward to it at all. I'm not looking forward to the build, put it that way. I'm looking forward to having it in and then everything reorganised. So we'll have everything moved off the desk. Some of it will go over here. We'll have the printers housed nice and neatly underneath there, and hopefully we'll create some space. So that's the objective, that's the target. I'm thinking that today I've got to go to B&Q and buy the wood, and then sort of the rest of the I don't know, afternoon building it, and then tomorrow will be the sort of move around and everything. I think that's my time frame. It's not that I work slow, it's just that, you know, sometimes I'm a bit clueless and don't know what I'm doing. I'm sure there's a YouTube video out there that will show me. I mean, at the end of the day, that's how I built this desk. Right, so that's that. But before we get on with that, we've got to get the orders done. And I haven't done any picking because obviously it was Friday yesterday. And the missus decided to take me to the pub. That was very kind of her, and I duly obliged. So we've got 11 orders, total value £58, 94 lots to go and pick. So that shouldn't take too long, but we'll get that done, and then a post office trip, and like I said, off to B&Q. Another task for today is the Millennium Falcon was returned yesterday for East Midlands Lego hire. So that needs a quick check and a deposit refund completing. We'll see if we've got enough time to fit that in. Otherwise it'll be maybe tomorrow, latest Monday morning. Right, that's about it, I think. Just a quick update. It's going to be a busy day. I'll see if I can shoot some footage of me actually building this shelving unit, but we'll see. It depends if it's a success or a disaster. But right, let's get cracking. Okay, don't laugh, but that's my drawing of the shelving unit, and here we are ready to make the first cut. So wish me luck. Let's hope this comes together nicely. Okay, there we go. Now don't look too closely, but it looks all right. It does the job, hopefully. Yeah, that was a bit of a learning curve, and you'd thought it'd have been easy to do. Anyway, yeah, not the perfect job, but a job that hopefully will just meet my needs. Like I say, don't look too closely. Okay, there we go. That's the shelving unit in its rightful place, and I've managed to move the colour printer already down there at the bottom. It fits perfectly. The top section will be used for the black and white printer, and as you can see, there's a little bit of room on top where I can store paper and other consumables. Now the only other job I've got to do now is work out where to put the rest of this. This is some of the stuff that I had to take out. One of these boxes is empty, the other one is full of rejects, which just sat at the back there in the middle. So I will probably do that tomorrow. Now the reason why I'm saying that is that tomorrow we're upgrading to full fibre broadband, and the router is actually situated at the back of these drawers here, because over in that corner at the bottom is where the line comes in. So I need to have this cleared out for the engineers tomorrow, and I think that'll be my task tomorrow morning, because with it being Sunday now, it's very warm outside. I've got one more DIY job to do. I've got to put a shelf up, and you know, I want to spend some time with the family. So I'm going to finish the vlog now and get it uploaded and return to this project tomorrow afternoon, because if the internet does go down and I can't use Bricklink for whatever reason, then it'll be an ideal opportunity to sort of rearrange the office and clear all of this up. So that's going to be the plan now for tomorrow. So you'll be able to see it in next week's vlog, how we get on. And hopefully we'll have an answer as to whether we can sit another couple of Rayco units over there in the corner. So that's it then. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Any comments, put them below, and if you can, give us a like, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. So I'll see you all next week.